Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Bazak. Come to discuss this Surah Baqarah ayat 187. Let's see if anyone. Okay, I see myself live now. So no one has joined me. They must be all busy preparing the Muslims for Ramadan since it's near. It's near. So we're in a discussion. Hope I get someone if I can discuss properly here. Honestly, look at this and see. They are your garments, they are this, they are that. And I've been very shocked. Another ayat like this. Did I see this properly? And why did the Shias and the Sunnis both miss this? I guess it is so much indoctrinated in them. The fear and all this, they had nothing better to do than because he exploited one Allah and saying so much against, using Allah to say against polytheists, disbelievers and all that, and the verses are scattered around like you don't know whether it's the polytheist disbelievers saying that when we are born, you say we're going to be born again and resurrected or this, how is it possible? But then he gives he gives the nice reasons of rain and produces vegetation. So we don't know really. It's not that clear. Anyone who wants to come here and kill us. Anyways, we've got some backlashing against Saudi Arabia. So this is terrible. The monarchy could be in with it. So there's one here, mint, and there's also there's so many. There's so many ads and all. Oops. So where is it gone now? The article. Here it is. How can I just can't. So we have here that Saudi Arabia has Saudi Ramadan restrictions. Muslims get upset as there'll be no prayer broadcasts, iftar in mosques. Broadcast meaning where? So loudly on loudspeakers or what, I don't know. But these poor Saudis, the monarchy, is says that you see here the last part. Another user called it pathetic nonsense, while another says it's another attempt to slowly remove Islam. It's time to put an end to evil absolutist monarchy, came from another user. This is really this is a horrible, pathetic thing for the Muslims to say these things against evil absolutist. No, the evil absolutist was this prophet. So sorry, no copyrights infringement intended. So we have print also, but in print there's no threats against the monarchy in Saudi Arabia. The ones who have introduced this, so Middle East Monitor, I can't go there, but it's the print, also 3 days ago. No prayer broadcasts, loudspeakers. Saudi Arabia imposes restrictions on Ramadan celebrations. So please see this. This is not, we are not evil people. This is the one who has deceived you is this one, Prophet Muhammad. But of course, so you can practice do fasting and all in Ramadan and also go into your women. They are your clothing. So this. Now I'm shocked at this. That's why I've been coming back, because I don't think I have done justice to this. Until you see it, correct yourselves, leave this religion. It is good for you. Very good. Learn from the Christians how to become, nuns and all. Maybe, or Hindus, how to become sannyasis and all. So celebrate us. What's the word now? I've forgotten the word. Let me not blame it on the thing that's on pressure. I've realized reading a case that I have a personal issue here. So no, but the show must go on. I will seek until I. So what change of law? Because they deceive themselves. You see, every time he does this, it's like it must be in his interest. Both Sunnis and Shias must see this. Muslims, all. But since Sunnis and Shias have a slightly different tafsir on this, the tafsir of the Shias, I was going to show you that, and I got deviated by the other verses. Multilingual Quran, let me not get deviated so quickly. What's it? 283, where are we now? Okay, so let's not waste time. Zahra, Berserk. So is this what the Shia say? Let me get this right. I'm absent-minded. 187. So they are your clothing, and he's very merciful. Yes, okay. Celebrate the praises of Allah. No blame on. There I go. Again, I'm deviated. There's no blame on him if anyone stays on. There's no blame on him if his aim is to do right. Celebrate the praises of Allah during the appointed days. If anyone hastens to leave in 2 days, there's no blame on him. If anyone stays on, there's no blame on him. Good. The specific reference here is the 3 days of sacrifice called the days of Tashriq. Safeguarding follower. This is the type of man whose speech about this world's life may dazzle thee, and he calls Allah to witness about what is in his heart, yet is the most contentious of enemies. When he turns his back, his aim everywhere is to spread mischief through earth and destroy crops and cattle, but Allah loveth not mischief. Surah Hashar, I compared this with, and all, showing you that also, the one who seeks to deceive Allah. Let's see if how he comes out, that he sought to deceive Allah and the believers. And then he says he believes in Allah and his believers. Where is that verse? Again, I haven't searched it. Okay, here we have the Shia tafsir. During the fast, eating and drinking after the whiteness of the day becomes distinct. Prohibited, so just skipping some here. In the beginning, cohabitation. In the beginning of Islam or in the beginning of polity? Before Islam, during polytheism. What is it? In the beginning, cohabitation between man and wife was not allowed for those who observed fast, whether night or day. But the future second caliph and some other companions confessed. So you would say they repented, confessed to the Holy Prophet that they had transgressed this prohibition. Oh, the Islamic one, yes. Tafsir Baydawi, if you have one, you can go there. So this was a Islamic law before this ayat, this law came down. The Islamic was that you are not allowed to cohabit between, you know, cohabit, you know, and not allowed for those who observed fast during the fast, whether night or day, whether night or day. So this was an Islamic law. Then for these few who, no, then it says not few, but man's acts. Here it says that there are very few truly obedient devotees. Man's actions must follow certain patterns, starting with the gross and gradually ascending to the subtlest of the subtle. There were very few truly obedient devotees of Allah. You can't have, can you have devotees of Allah, worshippers of Allah, and devotees of Ahlul Bayt? Anyways, who observed every command of Allah. But the merciful Lord also takes into consideration the wishes of the not so careful Muslims. 188. Sorry, my case, I just got lost here. Do not eat up your property among yourselves for vanity. So here, permitted to you on the night of the fast is the approach to your wives. They are your garments, and here are their garments. So, but the merciful Lord also takes into consideration the wishes of the not so careful Muslims. Now, sitting on it, chewing on it, because you see, this time I hope waiting Muslims would come, follow here, see, not follow me, but who are subscribed to my channel, who have subscribed to my channel. So this, what is this? So very few. It's he answers. Should answer my call. Okay, what is decide? Man has to make efforts. Employ all the. You see, 3 things. What? No. How many points have I covered? Permitted to you on the nights of the fast. It's not. It doesn't even say preceding nights of the fast. It says night of the fast. Is the approach to your wives, and I've looked at the Arabic one. They are your garments, and you are their garments. Without them, you are naked on the night of Ramadan. This is the way Shaitan also would do this, right? He stripped you of your garments. So they are wonderful to you. They've been, they've been made wonderful. They are your garments. Cover yourselves up. Allah knoweth that you used to do secretly among yourselves. What you used to do secretly among yourselves. Acha. But he turned to you. Here it doesn't say deceived yourself, but it says you used to do secretly among yourselves. But he turned to you and forgave you, so now associate with them and seek what Allah hath ordained for you, and eat and drink until the white thread of dawn appear to you, distinct from the black thread. Then complete your fast. It's black thread. Dawn appears to you distinct from its black thread, then complete your fast. No, then start your fast. Then it's true, yeah. Then complete your fast till the night appears. Until the night. But do not associate with your women while you are in retreat in the mosque. Maybe 10 days before. The last 10 days of Ramadan. Those are limits set by Allah. But He's changed the limit. Approach not nigh thereto. Thus doth Allah make clear His signs to men, that they may learn the act. Now, many things. I've already done. This is the third part. Covered some points. Many points are coming up. So Surah Baqarah at 187. Again, no, you become righteous. Thus does Allah make clear His verses to the people that they may become righteous. Ordinances. So Allah cannot change His laws. But He has, because some people have secretly done things, some Muslims, so He now changed it. He changed it, and so you can go to all these that have previously shown you. Behold, Safa and Marwa are among the symbols of Allah, so if those who visit, to do good. I don't know, I am not prepared, but as much as I could, look at this. I wonder what other excuse the Muslims are going to give here. What is this? Surah Anam? No, this is again Surah Baqarah. Those are the ones whom are blessings from the Lord and mercy, who are rightly guided. Indeed. So now we're going to Surah Anam. Verse 116. O Prophet, if you were to obey most of those on earth, they would lead you away from Allah's way. But here the Prophet, how well it is put, right? But there Allah changed His law. Here the Prophet is said not to obey most of them upon earth. They will mislead you from the way of Allah. They follow not except assumption. I wish it was like passion or lust. And they are not but misjudging. Okay. How well it is put, okay, here it's put well or something. You see, this is about, because they follow conjectures, I think I would follow guesswork. I would contemplate, rather than Allah bringing a law, then some people deceiving themselves or secretly doing this. Now, if you do guna secretly, repent. The word of thy Lord doth find its fulfillment in truth and in justice. None can change His words. I wish it was none can change His laws. For He is the one who here. But if He wants to change His laws just because of some people have secretly, oh my God. Okay, there's so much to say in that, oh my God. But I cannot say it. Shall I seek the judge shall I seek for judge? Explained in detail. You see how well in detail it is explained that I'm so confused. Never be then of those who doubt. Oh. And if you obey most of them upon earth, I did this. Is it indeed your Lord is most knowing of who strays from His way? No, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find. You cannot change the law of God, right? Or Allah can change it. Allah does not change. He does His signs, bringing better signs, but Allah does not change His laws. Those are ayats. When He abrogation. Oh, no. His laws. and follow the lusts of the people. Okay, now we'll go to the Shia side. This for the Shias tonight at this time. Ibrahim Ayati, the probe into the history of Ashura. Chapter 34, Divine Law is Unalterable. Whenever the word Sunnah has been used in the Holy Quran, it has been used in this very literal meaning, i.e. the manner in which Allah has treated the past nations. And whenever Allah says that His Sunnah is unalterable, it means that there is a path for attaining to dignity and honor, and He does not change it. And there is also a path and ground which leads to adversity and helplessness, and that too is unalterable. Allah says, that was the law of Allah in the case of those who lived before, and there will never be any change in the law of Allah. Surah Azab, ayat 63. It means that it has been the practice of Allah in the case of the sinners and the hypocrites, that in order to serve an ultimatum upon them, He in the first instance sends the prophets to them. To them, and makes goodness and badness and truth and falsehood perfectly clear to them. Thereafter He destroys and makes extinct those who do not believe, but persist in their infidelity. As regards those who try to deceive Allah and His Prophet and behave hypocritically, Allah, I need to ask Ibrahim Ayati, for those who he himself the one like this prophet. Such was our system in the case of those whom we sent before you to mankind, and you will never find change in our system. Surah Bani Israel 77 ayat 17th chapter of the Quran. In the following verse also the word Sunnah has been used in this very sense. Tell the unbelievers, if you give up your evil behavior, Allah will forgive whatever you have done in the past. But if you transgress again, see, it doesn't follow the Quran ayats. That's what I said in the beginning when I came to the Surah Baqarah 187. But if you transgress again, your fate will be the same as that of those unbelievers who lived before you. Unbelievers and those, meaning unbelievers. Surah Anfal, ayat 38. 8th chapter of the Quran. I.e., Allah declares, we shall employ the same method in the case. How can He deviate people in the same way in which we destroyed them? The same thing has been said in the Holy Quran, thus, they do not believe in truth and they exactly follow the Sunnah, traditions of the past people. Okay, Surah Hijr, chapter 15 of the Quran and 13th verse. There's no hope that these infidels of Makkah who persist in the enmity and grudge against the Prophet of Allah will believe. They do not believe, but the matter is quite clear in our Sunnah method with regard to those who have lived before them, persisted in their infidelities known. Had the Had the disbelievers fought against you, they would take to flight and would have found no guardian or helper. This is the Sunnah law of Allah, which existed before you, and you will never find any change in Allah's system. Surah Fath, ayat 23. If the polytheists of Makkah had fought against you in Hudaybiyah, they would not have gained in Hudaybiyah, because in the battle of Uhud, it's another case, and would have taken to flight, and thereafter they would not have found any refuge or help. But that's why they put specifically Hudaybiyah. You see this? I was just thinking about it. Battle of Uhud, they failed. And Allah said, oh, we're testing you and all this, and trying to distinguish between true believers and hypocrites. This is the way in which Allah has dealt with the unbelievers earlier, and the law and the Sunnah of Allah do not change. Remember this, the ayats, the signs change. He can wait a minute, but if in that ayat is a law, it should not change, because on one hand it's saying law and sunnah of Allah do not change. It means that one of the laws of Allah is that faith is the source of victory and domination over the enemy. Polytheist when victory, okay. Evil thoughts, we don't need this. Alteration, see? Oh, you will never find any change in the tradition of Allah, nor will you find any alteration in it. Surah Fatir, Ayat 43. This means these people who do not give up idol worship, yeah, you have to be specific here. Because there are you see why this means this here. In context, you have to read. Their faith could not avail against our punishment. Such is Allah's faith against our punishment. Such is the prevailing sunnah, law among His servants in the past. Thus the disbelievers are ruined. Yeah, you say this, right? So that's why I just avoided this, because every ayat you have to read in context. Shia still this. Otherwise, you'll be out of context, and then you will lose the meaning of this. The meaning of this in context, Shia multilingual Quran. Okay, you look at this, how ridiculous. Okay, I'll tell you. Meaning of context, remember that. No, meaning of this ayat in context. So these were the, for them. Allah knows that you used to deceive yourselves. Deceive yourselves or have a secret? Secret. So you secretly, that you used to deceive yourselves. No. Deceive yourselves. So He turned towards you and He forgave you. Why on the nights of Ramadan? No, I mean, why would He use this deception of the selves by Muslims or Sahabas and change it? He must have an interest in this. Anyways, and the nights of Ramadan, only 1 month. Is it unhealthy? And He forgave you, so now have relations with them and seek what has ordained Allah for you. Kataba. Amri, it's not Amri, it's ordained. Kataba, I don't know what Kataba really means. Allah for you. And eat and drink until it becomes distinct. This is okay. Complete the fast until the night and do not have relations with them while you are secluded in the masjid. When? Oh God. In the night time. Tarawih perhaps. But that was cancelled according to the Shias. But Umar brought it back. I mean, it's in the Hadith, Sunni Hadith. Anyway, so now what is this? So you see, the Shias will say read in context, but I'm going to get the Shias when my servants ask thee concerning me. You see that you may practice self-restraint. Oh yes, here it is. Thus doth Allah make clear His signs to men that they may learn self-restraint and do not consume one another's wealth unjustly or send it to the rulers in order that they might aid you to consume a portion of the wealth of the people in sin while you know it is unlawful. Unlawful. While you know it is. What if they secretly do this? Why wouldn't a change come here? O Prophet Muhammad, we confess to you. They ask you, O Muhammad, about the crescent moon, say their measurement. It is not righteous to enter houses from the back. No. But Muhammad, we secretly used to do this. Now you can enter the houses from the back. But righteous is one whom Allah fears. Enter houses from the third doors. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight against you, but do not transgress the limits. Meaning, read in context. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors. Allah doesn't like, and kill them wherever you overtake them, and expel them from wherever they have expelled you. And fitna is worse than killing. And do not fight them at Al-Masjid al-Haram until they fight you there. But if they fight you, then kill them. Yeah. Now, what else is there? Yet, in case they refrain, then surely Allah is ever forgiving, ever merciful. If they refrain from fighting you, fight them until there is no more fitna. Oh, and until religion is for Allah. But if they cease to become polytheists, then there is to be no aggression except against the oppressors. Oppressors, zalim. Who is the zalim? So he doesn't know himself what he's really. Sometimes the believers are called zalim, who make friends, allies. Surah Tawbah at 23, 24, what is it? Battle in the sacred month. Aggression committed sacred month. For all violations is legal retribution. So whoever has assaulted you, then assault him in the same way that he has assaulted you. No. And so and spend in the way of Allah and do not throw yourselves in your own hands into destruction. And by refraining, okay. Now I've got to understand this. And complete the Hajj and Umrah for Allah if you are prevent then offer what can be obtained with ease of slaughter, Hajj. So you see no, wait a minute, I will show you something really like, you'll see, yes, Surah Qasas, Surah Rad. Oh God, please, can you? This Rafat. No, it doesn't. So, do not follow their lust. No, I'll show you something here. Again, Surah Nisa, ayat, until you get this. They wish that you should disbelieve, as they have disbelieved, and thus you become all alike. So do not take friends from among them unless they migrate. You'll say, they wish you would disbelieve, as they disbelieve. Look, reading in context and all this, okay, but there's a problem here. You see, you have been deceived. I'm going to show you. I'm trying to show you. All this time, what am I doing? It's difficult. So do not take from among them allies until they emigrate for the cause of Allah, meaning become Muslims and emigrate. But if they turn away, oh my God, then seize them and kill them. Their betrayal. For their betrayal. You see, if they turn away, just turn away. They're not even turning anyone away from Allah, but they are turning away. It's not like Surah Muhammad, that they are turning away others. And even that I had a problem with. From the path of Allah, find out when you meet them, and not in battle. It doesn't say in battle. Why doesn't it say in battle? When you meet them, you remember. Sorry, excuse me. So, Surah Muhammad ayat. And if they turn away, for who? Wait, see them? Tawallah. Tawallah. Yes. Turn away. If they turn back from what? They're not even turning others back from the way of Allah. Do you see this? Very interesting. I'm quite thirsty. I just want to get some more. My head is kind of... I'm quite thirsty. Also, head is hot. Getting... Sorry, excuse me. I just taking this along with me. So here they're not turning anyone away from Allah, but if they turn away, turn back from others' religion, right? And from emigrating in the way of Allah, then kill them. Now, I will come to, again, I'm coming to the ayat, if your thought is going to 90, ayat 90, right? So I will come to that. But here, look at this. Everything counts here for me. Because this is such a devil, such a hypocrite, that I cannot say we have many hypocrites. Right? So every word here counts for me. Because I know the Muslim mind. How? See it. We need some freedom of thought, but no, he couldn't get that. I'm telling you, he's misguided you and deceived you. So that's why I need to sit on every word and try to explain it. These kind of ayats are rare. So in Surah Tawbah, you would say, oh, they broke the pact and this and that. They wanted to kill Prophet Muhammad, the polytheists. Right? But what about the Christians? The Shia Muslims know very well. They had no battle with the Christians. They had mubahala. Turn away tawa low. I will be coming to 90 ayat, but you've got to see that. So there it is, another. I must have checked this, because as I was checking, if they turn back. So he's used another word for this. So the translators would think that, they're turning away others. So see this? Wasaddu.
Wasaddu.
Right? And turn away. All it says is, and turn away. I don't know if this word by word is true. Those who disbelieve and turn away. You see? Now, if I had read these translations, avert people from the way of Allah. See how deceiving this makes a lot of difference, because we then have many punishments, and strong punishments and severe punishments. Avert people from the way of Allah. Not just turn away. So here is Allah very devilishly has put turn away in a way that people would say, oh no, because the other ayat is, and those who believe and do righteous. This is because those who disbelieve follow falsehood, turn people away. This is very bad. So when you meet those who disbelieve, because if you turn people away from the way of Allah, you're being an obstruction to the way of Allah, and then you deserve punishment. But how do you know that these poor people were just turning away? All the different words are used. There in that ayat I just showed you is turning back. So when you meet those who disbelieve, see, that's why they're in battle. And because, later on the ayat says, when the armed struggle is over, but who gave them a battle? Who actually was? So when you meet those who disbelieve, strike that. It doesn't say battle. Maybe you started the war. You see, you could have started the war. That's why I have to guesswork. Because here it doesn't say turn others back. But he used a very clever word in Arabic. Wasaddu. Wasaddu. Right? Turn away. Now turning away, they turned away. Those who disbelieve and turn away from the way of Allah, He will cause to be lost their deeds. That's it, right? Point to be noted in translations, some translations it says, those who disbelieve, because see, it makes a very big difference here in Islam. Because we have Sharia law, then we have very severe punishments. From the way of Allah, avert people from this in itself is such a and Allah has worked the works of those who disbelieve and hinder people from the way of Allah. Abul Ala Maudud even. The verb sad, from which saddu of the original is derived, is used both as a transitive and as an intransitive verb in Arabic. What does this mean? Turn others away? It's like, or does it mean like you can say turn others away? So it means like striking with one stone, two birds. Taka, mar gaya. Finished, dead. You see? Okay, so here, because you are so deceived, and you're going to be cruel. You're going to be cruel to those disbelievers. So when you meet those who disbelieve, strike next until you have inflicted slaughter upon them and secure the bonds tightly. Oh, कलमा को ये तो पता हम तेरी क्या बात करें कलमा को ये नोहा शिया शबाबुल मोमिनीन तूने जो मोहम्मद पे सितम ढाए कलमा को ये तो बता. He could have taken vengeance upon them. Not even justice. It's yeah, like taking, over vengeance, overly. When did the polytheists do this to you? The believers, Muslims? They just excommunicated them. Kalma ko ye hai hai nana मैं शाम चली सर नंगे और एंड बेरियों में है जकरा बीमारे करबला को. So we go back. Now you look at this, right? The wallow. They turn back. So here I got him. You're saying that if you turn back from this religion, aren't you? Seize them and kill them. And now, since this threat has come to even me, what will happen? What will happen if the Muslims come to me? Seize them and kill them. I would seek, if they come to me and they wish if you disbelieve as they disbelieve, and they would be, so, yeah? So you're saying that we wish that you disbelieve, right? You leave Islam, you become disbelievers. Of course, this is for us, apostates. And except for those who take refuge with the people between yourselves, because maybe, I've taken refuge with, let's say, British people or Americans, and they have a treaty with your Muslim countries. And whom is a treaty? Well, okay, and whom is a treaty? Or those who, well, you have business, and maybe that could save me. Or those who come to you, of course. Their hearts strained at the prospect of fighting you or fighting their own people. Then why did he make them fight their own people? In Surah Al Imran, we are told. No, they didn't want to fight. Their own people also. They didn't want to defend themselves. Surah Al Imran. They said, had we known there was a battle, we would have gone and fought. No, fight and fight to do. At least, if you can't fight for the cause of Allah, meaning that ayat, well, he's put it very well. But to deceive you. If you don't want to fight in the cause of Allah, at least defend yourselves. Now, how is he making them Muslims? How is he bringing them to? Oh, Allah is so. No, no, no. He's not saying disbelievers. At least defend yourselves. Excuse me, yes. Sorry about this, yeah. So he has deceived you in every way, and I cannot see this. I mean, I can't, but I have to go through this. Their hearts strained at the prospect of fighting you or fighting their own people. And if Allah had willed, He could have given them power over you. Oh God. Power over you. But if they had power over you, they would have fought you, would they? Or would they have lived peacefully like the polytheists with the Jews? That little. Oh, we are told that Prophet Muhammad tried to make peace and this and that. No way. Look at the Quran ayats, not the hadiths at this time. Not when it goes against the Quran ayats, which I've searched out, seeping through. And those who come to you, okay? No, except for those who take refuge with the people between yourselves. Right, they have to, right? It's like maybe the Muslims didn't go to the Ethiopian priest. I think the Makkans went to the Ethiopian priest, saying, please give us refuge against this man, he's killing us. If I could show you the message movie scene here, but I can't. I mean, I could be in a copyright infringement. What is the condition here? Tell me, did they break any pact? Oh, they broke the pact, the covenant. They but wish that you should reject faith as they do. Okay, they come in turning you away from the true religion, trying to. They wish, and thus be on the same footing as they. Now, wouldn't you want to be on the same footing as the few women who didn't go into their wives or women in Ramadan? But take not friends from their ranks until they flee in the way of Allah from what is forbidden. Flee until they flee. Take not friends until they flee. They haven't given you a battle here. They only wish. How weak are you? How weak have you been made by Him from what is forbidden? But if they turn renegades, what is renegades? Kill them, seize them. They emigrate in the way of Allah, but if they turn back, what's the wallah? Renegades? Renegade? What is it? Renegade? I hardly use this word, so sorry about it. If they turn back from the word of Allah, so wait a minute, this ayat is quite interesting. Kill them. They turn back. They wish so like do not take from them allies until they emigrate in the way of Allah, fi sabilillah. But if they turn back, why should you be divided into two parties about the hypocrites? Allah had upset them for the evil deeds, okay? Would you guide those whom Allah had thrown out of the way? This is about the hypocrites. For those whom Allah had thrown out of the way, never shall thou find the way. Anything else they did? Allah, there is no God but He. Of a surety He will gather you together against the day of judgment. Oh my goodness. Anything else, the hypocrite? When a courteous greeting is offered you, this is Surah Nisa. Meet it with a greeting still more courteous, or at least equal of courtesy. Allah takes careful account of all things. I know this one. Allah, there is no deity except Him. He will surely assemble you for... No. What did the hypocrites do here in Surah Nisa? What is the matter with you that you are two groups? Telling the Muslims that you are in two minds concerning the hypocrites. What is the matter with you? One is with Abu Bakr, the other is with Ali. Divided between two viewpoints, whether or not they should be fought and killed. Oh my goodness. So if I couldn't come that way, I come this way. To show you, now you are supposed to kill these hypocrites. And if you give me verse 90, I would... they wish you would disbelieve as they disbelieve. Wish so you would be alike. वो चाहते हैं कि आप भी मायल हो जाएं, कि वो मायल हो जाएं और आप एक जैसे हो जाएं. But not in going into the women on the night of fast, right? So do not take from among them allies until they emigrate for the cause of Allah. So while you are emigrating for the cause of Allah, you still have to go into your women? Cause of Allah. But if they turn away, then seize them and kill them. Catch them and kill them. Seize them. فَخُذُّوا.
فخذوهم.
What? فَخُذُوهُم. Sorry.
فخذوهم.
فَخُذُوهُم. Seize them.
وقتلوهم.
And kill them. Wherever you find them. Again, it's Surah Azab 60, 61. Oh my God. See, so now it's not a breaking of what pact? Which pact have they broken? So now, first and foremost is this, right? You are told by Allah to do this. Now, imagine, I'm going to go. I'm going to run. I'm going to go to Canada, Australia or somewhere, where those who have, except for those who take refuge with the people between yourselves and whom is a treaty, or those who come to you, their hearts strained at the... So now you'll say, oh, they don't want to fight us. Or fighting their own people. Now what is he saying? That you were also fighting their own people. Those hypocrites would, or something, fighting their own people, And if Allah had willed, He could have given them power over you and they would have fought you. So if they remove themselves from you, do not fight and do not fight you and offer you peace. They have to offer you peace. Then Allah has not made for you cause for fighting against them. You see, they've gone to the top leaders with whom you have a treaty at this time. Surah Tawbah has not come. How fooled you have been. You see how fooled we were? So I also took myself out of this religion. If they offer you peace, so don't apply this ayat, please, to Surah Tawbah ayats. Because right now, I could go to the Egyptian king of that time who gave Maria the Coptic to Prophet Muhammad for peace. Like, I don't want to submit to this Islam thingy, religion. What you are inviting me, emigrate in the way of Allah and fight in the way of Allah and jihad to struggle in the way of Allah and take jizya in the way of Allah and subdue them. So you cannot apply this verse to Surah Tawbah ayats. Because here, and then if they offer you peace, then, but you know what you have done? The moment you get the upper hand again, what does it say here? The moment they get the upper hand, they fight you. What did Muhammad do? Another point has come in Surah Tawbah. Who fought? When the Makkans had upper hand, did they fight you in a battle? Maybe you'll say Badr, but I wonder if they wanted to kill Muhammad, like we are told that in the end Aisha gave poison to him. They could have simply given poison to him. They're not cowards. They didn't do it in the beginning. Halaki, in fact, he was against the polity so much you can see it in the end, in Surah Tawbah and all that also. But in many places, like the false gods they worship, and there's only one God, and this, and call on Him alone, and take no partners, it is unforgivable. Shirk. Notice. Every point here, very interesting. I'm not doing this. I have no. In fact, I'm in. Muslims can get me. I'm the one who will be hurt and killed. And you kill adulteresses. I've seen this video from Adam al-Masri through that stoning. Anyways, that's also terrible. So what what Yasmin Muhammad was saying in an interview with Adam al-Masri, that these even if a woman does adultery, killing her like that with stones and all, punishment, let it be. A strong person will let it be. And it's bad for the society, good for the society, good for people. Stoning her to death like that. If adultery in itself is bad for society, you mean to say you stone her to death or lash her, or I don't think that's right. Any punishment like that. They wish that you should disbelieve. Do not therefore take from them allies until they emigrate in the way of Allah. They have to believe in your side. But if they turn they just wish that you disbelieve here, okay? Right? So that just as they disbelieved, so that you may all be. But how did they take those? They. It could mean even those who used to take their adopted sons as their real son, blood son bana real son in the sense that they know it's not their blood son. Right? Oh, I haven't put my mic back. Real sons, they know it's not their sons, real, but What did they do with their real sons? Tell me that was wrong. I mean, unreal sons, not biological sons. Did they do anything bad with them? They gave them their inheritance. You are supposed to be like foster parents or guardians. What did they do? Oh, they didn't marry their adopted son's ex-wives? So please don't get, okay, back here, this is my way. Sorry. It's terrible, but I know it. I have to learn. Except for those who take refuge with the people between yourselves and whom is the treaty. There's interest for him. He wouldn't jeopardize. We were told he married women, political reasons and all. Also, to patch up with them. Married the women to patch up, like have relationships with them. And then he's told you not to have relationship with the disbelievers. Oh, what a hypocrite. Another point is coming up. So think on this, think on this. We are told he married their women, like, let's say, even if Habiba Ramla was, so he married them to patch up relationships, make peace between tribes and all this. Their women he married. But what is he asking you? Have you ever considered this? Think. And don't go with those the people like Salahuddin who come here and say, don't mujadala. Just do not take too much meaning and do not do much research, thought on this. So he married women of theirs to patch up, and yeah, thou will not find any people who believe in Allah in the last day loving those who resist Allah and His Messenger, even though they were their fathers or their sons or their brothers or their kindred. Sounds like a hypocrite to me. Himself, you see, sometimes Prophet Muhammad married. This Shias will not tell you much. No, they will also. I think no. Prophet Muhammad, I don't know if the Shias will tell you or not, married women for political reasons. Or are these the critics of Islam? Or if you can nicely put it like some Muslims put it, he married each of his wives thereafter for social or political purpose, such that he wanted to honor the pious women who wanted the loyalty of certain tribes, so that Islam would spread amongst them. You see this? Wikipedia, thank you. Now think about it. Let us take a break because I need a break. Thank you so much. I will come back again. Please give thought. Leave Islam. Leave the severe punishments. Stop killing. Stop calling Saudi Arabia. Who? What is this? This is barbaric stuff. Where is it? This is the print. Mint news. There's the print and there's the mint. What is this from these Muslims? This is barbaric. Put an end to evil absolutist monarchy. Came from another user. Pathetic nonsense. Another says it's another attempt to slowly remove Islam. Okay. That's okay, but evil absolutist monarchy. Okay. Put an end. No, wait a minute. Put an end to evil absolutist monarchy. Allah bichare, they're doing nice work here, great work, I must say. And they're getting threats. Okay, it's like a really put an end to evil monarchy, absolutist. This is absolutist religion, which will prevail over other. This is evil absolutist monarchy, the monarchy of Satan. Okay, thank you very much. I leave you with this for now. I'll come back if I have to, and if I can, if I don't die in deep betrayal. Let's see if I survive.